Get started with Vantage introducing Broker IB program in 3 simple steps. Step 1. Sign up. Become a Vantage IB with no setup fees. Step 2. Refer. Start to refer as many clients as possible. Step 3. Earn. The higher the volume, the bigger the rebates. Remember, every trade made by your clients will increase your monthly earnings. Uncap your earning potential. Join Vantage Partners now.
You are all welcome to our Vantage Strategic Partnership webinar today. I have tons of things to tell you guys about it and how as an IB you can be able to excel and be a profitable IB. And I have, I don't want to tell you guys so much, but I have wonderful people who are also going to give you more insight into this webinar. I have the marketing manager for Vantage Africa, Omato-san, on this call with me as well. And I also have Genevieve, one of our top performing BDs in Vantage as well on this call. So we have, we can meet the team, myself, Genevieve, Omato-san, and we have a Google expert who has come in to give us insightful information about how you can be a profitable IB in terms of generating your leads, in terms of pushing your ads and getting organic information. But I'm not going to tell you so much. Please hold on a bit. We're going to be, who's trying to, okay. We're going to be recording this information for those who would want a copy of it after this. So, like most of you must have seen the various ads that we had. We had adverts about how to be a profitable IB as an IB, how to be a profitable Forex IB, how you can be able to generate organic leads as an IB, how you can take advantage of your network space, how you can be able to maximize those who you have in your network space to be a profitable IB. So I'm just going to start without wishing. I know we have about 15%, about 12 persons with us here, and we're hoping that more people are going to join us. We have people already from Kenya, from South Africa, and from Nigeria. And I do appreciate you taking your time to join us for this webinar. And I do not want to take so much of your time. So we are going to start first by who are FX partners. I'm sure you, most of you here know about Forex trading. Some of you know about partnership in different, we have partners in different spheres of life. We have people who are business partners. We have people who are commercial partners. But now I'm talking about FX partners in relating to Forex trading. So who are FX partners? First of all, who is a partner? A partner is anyone who is into some sort of collaboration, a professional collaboration, where it could be an individual or with a corporate business for business gain. So for here now, we're referring to professionals who are willing to partner with brokers for financial gains or profit. So at the end of the day, now when I say in exchange, what do these partners gain? And it's an exchange. You are bringing in people for you to earn commission or some sort of reward. So you want to make an extra source of income. You have to do that by partnering with people. And in being a partner, you need to understand that there are different key strategies that you need to expand your business. So what is a partnership program? Now, it's a structured initiative from a broker that provides partners with a suite of tools, resources, and dedicated support. So here now, what are the tools? We're talking about a partner dashboard that you can be able to track your business. So how does it work? Now I'm going to narrow this down to Vantage Market. Sorry, I would like to cut you short. But if you can hear, can you please drop one, or if you're understanding what I'm saying, can you drop a one in the chat box, please? Can you drop a one in the chat box so that I know that people are following me? Let me see. Okay, I'm not getting anybody dropping any comments, but I want to believe that, okay, I have someone who has dropped a one in the chat box. Thank you, Shay, for dropping that. Okay, so I'll just continue. Now, how does it work? I'm going to be narrowing this down to Vantage. Now, Vantage will provide structured initiative tools and resources that supports our partners so that they can have success in their business. And then in doing that, they are also going to be rewarded, which includes the unique tracking system, marketing materials, and performance analytics. So once you go to your dashboard, you're going to see all of this, but we'll talk about it much later. I'm just giving you insight about it. So now we have various types of partnership. Now, we're going to be exploring 5 types of partnership with the Vantage system. And then we have 3 types. First, with the partnership models, we have CPA affiliates, we have introducing broker, and we have the revenue share. So for CPA affiliates, we're talking about influencers, ambassadors, people who have large followers, who have access to having a website where they earn a one-time commission by directing their traffic in via a unique link that they have. So this one works if you're an individual and you don't have this type of space, you are not want to be a CPA affiliate. And then we have introducing broker for experienced traders who earn continuous rebates. For example, we put in an example of what we offer here in Vantage Market. Your rebate is continuous based off of the trading that your clients that you have referred are trading on the system. And then we have revenue share. Revenue share is quite different. It's you earn a percentage for crypto traders. Let me just put it that way. For crypto traders, you earn that once your clients are giving you that unique trading volume. And then we have the advanced form of partnership. We're talking about PAM and MAM. This for PAM, it's let me just explain it in a way that you understand apart from what we have here. For PAM is where people are bringing their collective funds together for a trader to trade their funds, or an investor. It's mostly for investors who have they have people who are able to bring in huge sums of funds in the hundreds of thousands of dollars. They don't want to trade, so they give it to investors. They bring their money together into a pool of funds, and then they are able to trade and manage their fund. Therefore, the markets and multi-account manager, that is the MAM. MAM works for individuals who also have high funds, but they give it to someone to trade for them, and it distributes their profits individually in their account system. So that's the major types of partnership that we have. So now, which one has a better benefit? I'm going to be narrowing down to 2, and I'll explain them to you. So now, but the first thing for you to know before you now know which is beneficial to you, you have some salient things that you need to pick out before you go further. One is asking yourself, is the broker a regulated broker? It's just like how we have tons of people who offer the same products and services on Instagram. For instance, we're seeing different vendors, but you know that before you want to purchase something from an Instagram vendor, you are doing your checks. You want to be sure that this person is a legitimate seller, where you do not want give your money and then you lose your funds. So that's the same thing that you also narrow down. If you want to do that with a broker, you have to do your findings. Is this broker regulated? You have to prioritize your customers' funds by knowing that you're going to deal with a broker that is trusted and is regulated. That's one. Number 2 is, what are their commissions? Evaluate the commission structure and payment frequency. Now, we have some brokers who will tell you that you cannot access your funds only at the beginning of the month or only at the end of the month, or some of them would even tell you that you have to have a minimum of 10 people before you can access your funds. So you have to now check, now if I'm coming to this broker, are they going to pay me my commission, and am I going to be able to get my money at any particular point in time that I need it? And then again, you ask yourself, one thing again is, what kind of support is provided? Are you looking for marketing support? Are you looking for tracking tools? In Vantage here, we provide that and more. So Vantage has been able to come out and give marketing support, where you can be able to assist your clients. So you now ask again, another thing is, does it match your goal? As a business person, when you're asking yourself, when you're going into a business, you're asking yourself, I've set out some particular kind of goals that I want to achieve myself. So you do that and ask, me trying to partner with this broker, is it going to match the kind of goals that I have set out for myself as a business person? And then lastly, who is your audience? You have to target your audience before you can be able to move forward, so that you know how to reach them. So these are the things that you need to know before you can go start it. And then we'll not ask ourselves again, which is better for me to go for? Most times it's not just about the goal. It's about, okay, no, I will not say about the goal. Now you ask yourself, this money is better for me, but then again, at the end of the day, does it match my goal? There's some things that are too sweet to be true. So it's not about I'm getting a better offering here. This better offering, does it also match my goal? That's one. And then two, when you're choosing your referral as an introducing broker now, you are asking yourself if your goal is to leverage to your existing customer base and reward your reward loyalty, how can you consistently earn and work with your traders? So you have to just keep doing that. Now, it's a whole lot of information. Remember, I told you that I have the marketing manager for Vantage Africa in this. She's going to give you a marketing insights. Now, from the few things that I have talked about, I hope you've been able to follow in what I have been saying. If you know that you have questions, just keep your questions down. We have a lot of space to be able to interact and ask more questions, and I'll be able to answer that to you. So I have just given you an insight into what to understand, because this is not just webinar is not just tailored towards just coming to be an IB. It's a strategic. If you look at the advert you saw that it was a strategic kind of webinar, how you're going to take advantage of these things now. So I'm going to bring in the marketing manager for Vantage Africa to give you a marketing insight, how you're going to be able to achieve this kind of information by using the right marketing tools and strategies. So I'm going to invite Alma to join us now so that she will take you through this particular phase. Please, before she joins in, give her a thumbs up so that she knows that people are ready and are eager to learn. So please, I want to see twos in the chat box. I know I have 28 people. If you're going to clap, if you're going to give thumbs up, please do that so that she's energized and gingered and she knows that people want to join in. Okay, thank you guys for those who are reacting. She'll be joining us now. Over to you, Ma.
Hi, guys. Hello. How are we doing today? Yes. Dennis, I can see your thumbs up.
We are good.
I can see Pabelu. I can see Cabello. Oh, I can see my SA people in the room. Yes. Hi, guys. Yes. So a very thank you to Chiamaka for actually giving us that brief run through. You guys will be seeing her very shortly. A very big part of partnership, right? Obviously, like she explained, partnership is a collaboration. You bring in clients and we give you the reward or the commissions or the rebates for it, all right? So that's how it works. Now, a very big part in that fundamental is ensuring you are getting clients. With our partner program, what we do is we're able to take you from point A to point B. Most times with partners, when you onboard, you are required to go and source out your own clients yourself. We take a very different approach in the sense that we know that we have the expertise and we know we have the knowledge. So what we do is we ensure that we're able to guide you to be able to be profitable. How can you be profitable as an introducing broker or as a CPI affiliate is when you are bringing high quality clients. Now, what we want to do is, or what I want to do today is to teach you how to understand partner marketing so that you can reach the right audience. The first thing is you have to first understand the journey, the metrics. For you as a partner, the first step for you is for you to share your referral links. So that's what you typically do. When you sign up with a broker, they give you a referral link, then you send it or you share it with people. If it is as a CPA, right, you're able to track where that link is. But as an IB, you can only know when a client actually clicks and opens an account. So you're able to track by then when a new user is able to open an account. The next step for you in that marketing journey is for them to convert. That is when you complete a goal. Most times with Forex broker partnerships, that goal is to have the FTD. That's your first time deposit. And of course, by the time the client starts trading, that is when you get your reward. Now, the question is, how do I get a high paying client? Because you want clients that actually trade. You want clients that are able to generate lot sizes for you as a partner, because that is how you get paid. All right. The first thing you have to know is you need to first understand that high client flow is non-negotiable. High client flow is non-negotiable, because the success of any IB is ensuring that the quality and the volume of your clients match. What do I mean by this? So, for example, let's say you are targeting we see ads, right, on Twitter, on Instagram, on Facebook, right? We see people talking about, oh, you can trade, I can teach you how to trade as a beginner. That is beginner focused. Now, one thing that happens with being beginner focused, or you're trying to speak to the beginner audience, it's not a bad thing, is that it takes a longer sales cycle. When we talk about a longer sales cycle, it means that it takes a longer time for them to be able convert to being actual clients on our portal. So it means that you have to nurture them, you have to teach them how to trade, you have to wait for them to make their mistakes, you have to correct. So it takes a very long period of time. So what we are able to do is, instead of targeting or speaking to people that are beginners in that phase, it's best you actually look for high value clients. Now, unlike traditional employment, where an IB model of employment where after you go to work, that's when they pay you. The IB model operates on a performance-based partnership metric. That means if you don't get clients, you don't get paid. All right. So, and if you get clients that trade very high volume ones, you get paid. You get paid big time. So understanding that high client flow is non-negotiable is a key way for you to being successful IB. Now we talk about the strategies for you to acquire these high-paying clients. Now there is strategy. I would like to break this down. There is strategy and there is implementation, right? Strategy is how you want to go about something. Now these are the ideas you need to understand. These are the things you need to put in place first before you execute. Now execution is where you talk about running ads or running what's it called, deliveries on different
Hi,
channels. You
Oma.
can be talking about digital channels, you can be talking about
Hi, Oma.
traditional channels. I see Ivy's run billboards sometimes. I think I saw one in SA in Santon, I think, right? That was 2 months ago, and I was quite surprised about it, right? There are different ways you can reach out to clients. There are some effective ones and there's some ineffective ones, right? So what we do in our partner program is we can teach you what channels work best, how to properly target. So it's not just on Google, it's not just on Meta. There are other key channels you can also make use of. How to ensure that even if you are doing well right now as a partner, right, and you're looking to optimize, you're looking to see how you can improve and get more, we can definitely do that for you as well. All right. So what is the strategy that you can apply for acquiring high paying clients? The first things first is you need to be able to target sophisticated traders and not just beginners. Am I saying training beginners is wrong? No, it's not wrong. But you need to remember, of course, everybody started as a beginner, and you know how long it took you to finally get to that point. Now, if you have like an academy, or you have like a space where you focus on just education, you have a physical space that you focus on, or just education, the beginner strategy is not a bad one, right? It's something that gives you reward at the long run. You understand? And it gives you a long period of reward because it takes them a long period of time. They have a very high lifetime value. Do you understand? But if you are actually looking at increasing your volume and, of course, getting to being profitable, you need to learn how to target sophisticated traders. Now, where do you find these sophisticated traders is the question I get most of the time. First of all, you focus on existing networks. Now, I know most of us make use of Meta. Meta is very cheap and easy to use, but most times you have a lot of curious traders. You have a lot of people that are looking for a strategy. You have a lot of people that are looking for the next best thing. So if you're trying to find sophisticated traders, you might not find the volume you need on Meta. But if you're looking at apps like, for example, LinkedIn, you're looking at exclusive channels or exclusive websites and blog sites. So, for example, SA Shares. We all know. I don't know if everybody knows SA Shares. You're looking like website like MoneyWeb. You can also be looking at websites like Nairametrics. So I'm speaking to different regions, right? And I think in Kenya, I've forgotten the website. So different regions with their different websites that engage the financially conscious people. Now, that is where you would find high-paying clients that would be able to get you what you need. And of course, Google. Simple. The reason why you look at Google is because it's Google that houses most of these channels. Two, you also have to be able to provide value. It's not enough for you to say, oh, I want to earn as an IB. But if you are not active as an IB, you might not be able to get high-paying clients. So you need to be able to demonstrate expertise. The reason why most of you came for this meeting today is because you felt like we had the knowledge to be able to impact on you. We had the expertise on how to teach you on how to get high-paying clients while being a partner. So you need to be able to demonstrate expertise. So for example, if you are communicating to your clients, communicate things that you know that are pain points for this client. So one of the things that are pain points is most people are looking for a new strategy, or some people might be looking for signals, right? Some people might not be looking for signals, they have these signals, but they're just looking for tight spreads. So you need to be able to know how to channel your communication and communicate it well, not just about, I know the flashy lifestyle helps a lot, right? It helps to cement your points, but you still have to have value to be able to give your clients as well. So not just selling that get rich quick scheme kind of thing, but focusing on how to deliver value. Then also you need to learn how to target the right groups and managers. On our partner program here at Vantage, we have all these things broken down, listed out in multiple courses where we take you. Like I said, we don't just tell you something today and we just let you be and we believe that you can sort yourself as a partner. No, we can help you from point A to point B, provide marketing materials, provide every single thing that you need to be able to be successful. Another thing or another strategy that you need to apply to get high-paying clients is, like I said, value. Value sells. High-paying clients need a reason to use your own link and not just go to the broker. Remember, I am Vantage. I have tight spreads. I have very flexible platforms, zero execution. Whatever it is you're looking for as a trader, I have it. So they can come directly to me and just open their account on our platform without needing to go to you. But the reason why a client would use your own link over going directly to the broker is because they know that they can get value from you. So you need to be able to provide valuable insight or valuable things to your clients. Number two, you are also looking at how to get educational content. Now, when we're talking about value, like I said, most people are looking for signals, they're looking for AI, they're looking for robots, they're looking for some specific assets. So for example, my people down in the south, they really love Nasdaq, they really love trading gold. Same thing applies to Nigeria and as well applies to Kenya, right? So people are looking for how to trade gold, especially in the last 3 months. We've had the highest trades on gold. Reason being, everybody can see what's happening right now with Trump, the tariffs and the bans and all of that. Gold has been going and hitting all-time highs. So most people are looking for strategies to ensure that they are being profitable while trading gold on the platform. Now, when you position yourself as an authority on trading gold, most people will gravitate towards you because they believe you can provide that value for them, as well as providing personalized support. There is one thing you need to understand. Buying and selling is emotional. I saw this hair, for example, and I liked it. I felt like it made me look pretty. It brought up my features better. I felt appreciated and I purchased it. That was an emotional purchase. All right. Now, when you are able to speak to clients, because you are not only looking at how to bring in clients, you are also looking for how to ensure that you retain these clients, because it's not a good strategy for you to say, oh, you are bringing in new clients all the time. There's sometimes that you have to be able to build the clients you already have in your database. Let them give you value, continuous value. And you can only give you continuous value if they're seeing value as well. All right. So we need to be able to support your own clients. You need to be able to have that relationship, that rapport with your clients. Now, it's easier said than done in the sense that for example, we have like a couple of IBs. I'm just remembering one particular one that made me laugh. It has over 2,000 IBs, 2,000 downlines, right? From just its direct. Then its sub IBs have like 1,000 each. And I was talking to him about personalized support, and he was like, Mama, how do you expect me to keep up with 1,000 leads? And we were laughing because it sounds very impossible. But what we've been able to build here is we help you handle 100% of all your clients, and we're able to help you build that relationship with your clients. So what we did was we positioned him as a point of authority and made him look very good to his own clients. We also offered him like specialized or customized promotions for his clients. So he recently just ended one of the promotions he had where his clients could win a Mercedes Benz. We curated that just for him. So these are the things that you need to be able to provide for your clients. When they see value, when they see that they are appreciated, you are able to get more high-paying clients. And the most important thing is when people feel appreciated, when they feel seen, when they see they're getting value from you, you don't need to bring in more people, right? They do the bringing for you, right? So because the best form of marketing still remains the word of mouth, all right? Then the third thing or the third strategy is we're going to be looking at how to optimize your referral link strategy. Yes, there is a strategy behind dropping your referral links. You don't just drop your referral links in like abject groups and expect clients to plug in. It doesn't work that way. So first of all, your referral link, what is it? It's something that ensures you get paid. For everybody you refer using a referral link, that is what we use to track and calculate their inputs. If a client registers without your referral link, we're not able to recognize that person under you, except they go to their client portal and impute your IB name again, then they are moved back to you. So always ensure you use your referral link when you're trying to refer clients. Now, first strategy is you have to be able to embed and track. Ensure your unique link is prominently placed in strategic locations. Locations like educational locations, AI trading or bots based locations or groups. Do you understand? Then you're able to use your IB tools that we have in our backend. I'm just speaking to what we have in our backend, right? To track and analyze which channels are giving you the best value. Then two, your call to action. I can tell you for a fact, this is the 100% reason why most people don't get good answers when they are pushing out their ads. I see ads and I laugh sometimes because the CTAs are not usually engaging or distracting enough. When you are trying to push or get people to use your link or come on your platform or trade with you, sometimes you have to antagonize them, right? They call it the antagonizing strategy. I won't teach you about that today. It's too long, right? But it's 100% very effective. And this antagonizing strategy is how you can actually get high-paying clients very, very fast using any channel. But your call to action, going back now to the call to action, your call to action has to be framed properly. Because for me to click on something means I know that I am getting something in return. So when you frame your call to action, frame it speaking to a particular thing. So for example, open an account for direct access to our premium signal group where you can get 70%, 80% of your trades correct. Always put a disclaimer. You have to be transparent when you are being an IB so that the client knows their expectations as well. If you know you cannot provide 80%, state it there. It cannot be provided up to 80%. There's how you can draft it. We can also help you with that. The reason why I say we can help you with that is because our partners get 70% more conversions using our own customized templates that we provide for our partners. So all these are more things that we also provide. All right. So I know that we have spoken about the strategy. Now you also are going to be expecting how do we actually get high-paying clients? Where do we place our trades? How do we get on Google? What should we search for? We'll be talking about that shortly. But I would like Genevieve, she's our business development manager, to jump in very, very quickly and take us on how the referral links help you maximize your income. And I'll be coming back shortly.
So let's dive into this. Once again, I would like to say welcome for joining us in today's webinar session. And in this session, I am going to be explaining the common name links, right? And we're going to be looking at referral links and affiliate links. So at the end of this session, I would expect that we understand the difference between these both links. Okay, so let's dive into it. So now in this context, we're going to be defining referral link, right? Now, referral link basically means the link you give out to your prospects. These prospects can actually be a close friend, right? It can actually be a family person, but the major goal is that's a link that ties both of you together. Now, the next one we're going to be speaking about is the affiliate link. So basically, when you hear the affiliate link, it's basically a special link created for you, which is given to partners like bloggers. Now, the difference between the both of them is for the other one, it also entails you giving it to people you have some sort of relationship with or existing clients, right? While the other one is given to like for the athletes, it's given to bloggers, influencers, website owners. Now, the major thing about athletes is we are looking at traffic. We are actually looking at your community, right? So it's actually like streamlined to special group of people because of what we are looking at gaining with that link. And it has a reward program, right? It's usually one-way commissioned, right? So for example, for Amazon, right? You have a link. You're an affiliate marketer with Amazon, right? Now, this link is your referral link. The moment the client signs up, right? Now, it depends on the agreement you have with them, but it's usually, will I use sales driven? Now, the moment the client uses the Amazon link to sign up and purchases an item, you're being paid a one-off payment for that. Meaning, if the client doesn't purchase the product, you might literally not get anything for that, right? So that takes us to understanding the difference between both of them. Now, in this place, we're going to be having a comparison between the affiliate link and the referral link. And we're also going to be looking at the futures as to these things I'm going to be comparing for both of us. So if we're looking at the client model, right? For example, under referral link, we have what is called the existing customers. It's reoccurring, right? So for existing customers, the example I'll give for this referral link is more like an IB program where you are giving a link, a special link dedicated to you. And guys, the common thing, the denominator between both of them is a special link, right? So you have to have a link. Now, the goal and what is now being given back in return differs. Now, for example, for referral link, you're having a reoccurring, it's reoccurring, sorry. So you can give it to your friends, you can actually give it to existing customers. While for affiliates, it's a single sign on. Now, for relationship, usually for the referral link, there's word of mouth, definitely. You have to have a conversation with this client, right? You have to pitch, you have to explain. And this link, when the client gives a go ahead, meaning you have to have a relationship, you have to somewhat know this person, right? Then you can go ahead and give in the relationship. So you're giving the link to the client to sign up. While for the affiliate link, right, you basically do not have to have a personal relationship with this. The major thing is the performance. It's performance based. So anybody can sign up. Once your product is adopted, you're being paid a one-off payment for it. Now, moving down to reward, I think I actually mentioned something like that. The introducing broker, that's the IB system. This actually allows you earn rebates. Now, under this sector, the reward is called rebates. And rebates generally it's basically earned from your trading activity, meaning as long as even if client A signed up last year, as long as I am continuously trading, you are continuously making money. Does that make sense? Now, for the affiliate, it's a one-off commission. Remember I said something about Amazon. Now, once the client abducts whatever you're selling, you're being paid a one-off payment, and that is it. It's gone. So meaning you have to source out for new clients for you to actually make enough with affiliates. Now, the primary goal, they both have almost similar primary goals. Is sales driven, number one. It's there is a target for you to get what you're expecting. But for the IB, you have a reward loyalty, you have leverage trust, right? And for the CPA, it's more like sales driven. You have to actually get people to buy what you're selling before you get the commission. And it's one of, like I said earlier. So that takes us to the next slide, where we are going to be speaking about the core concepts. Now, the number one thing I spoke about is the links, right? Basically, links is a special link that allows you connect to your target market, your potential clients, right? Because if you do not have a link, if you don't have a link, it's not trackable. There's nothing tying you to that person. And we also have a tracking system, right? Now, I'm going to bring it back to our field. For example, for a CPA, you're going to have more like a partnership interface that allows you see your clients. Now, for CPA, if one signs up, it will not appear on your interface. That's your profile when you log in. It's only when one has bought what you're selling, that's when it's going to count there. Whereas for the IB, right? Once a client signs up with your unique link, it falls under you. So you have access to all your clientele. As long as the person clicks and signs up, it is detailed there. But what determines your, will I say the end product, the monies, is when for the IB is when the client funds and starts trading. Remember, you can actually have a client that is not active, but you're seeing that you have 100 people. So when the person starts making trades, then you start seeing your income, and it's quite transparent. While for the CPA, if I sign up, it doesn't show on your interface. It's the moment I deposit or buy whatever you're selling, that is when you see it there on your dashboard, right? So there's a tracking system that allows you see the performance of your prospects. And then we also have the attribution. So these are basically mechanisms for attributing a conversion to a specific person. It's almost similar to what I explained in the tracking system. And then the rewards are basically what you get back, your take home, I would use the word, right? And for this reward, basically, it's actually tied into your effort, how far your links are going, right? The product or whatever, would I say, if you don't give some sort of if you don't solve a solution to your clientele, the chances of them abducting whatever you're selling is quite low. So just like what Ms. Oma said earlier, right? If I'm bringing in, let's say for the IB, if I'm bringing in clienteles, they have to be something specific or special that I am offering. If we don't have anything offering you today, you probably might not be abducting what we're selling. But here we're offering, like, we're giving you wisdom, we're giving you an insight as to how to understand how partnership works. That is what you will take home. So while you're looking at the reward, also look at what you're going to be offering your clients. So before I move to the next slide, this is one of the most important factor of this webinar today. Guys, we're bringing in a Google expert who has been around for years. He totally understands how you can maximize Google to get paying clients. And I feel like this is what everyone should actually be excited and look forward to. But before we get there, why I'm saying this is after today, we're only going to be working with people who signed up. So you only have right now. So before we get there, I'm going to drop a link on the chat box. Please, guys, you need to sign up. If you don't sign up, we assume you're not interested. And I don't think not interested should be an option for you, right? So I'm going to be dropping a link. Just look at the chat box. You're going to see a link that will take you to where you'd sign up for a further insights, because he's going to just give you, it's more like he's just going to water the soil. There's no how he's going to give you everything today. But when you want to totally understand what he's going to be teaching today, that's the people we're going to be contacting. So guys, sign up. So I'm going to be bringing up a Google expert, and his name is Mr. Ayokunle Odebi. And it's a privilege to have you. God bless you.
Hi, people. Good day. How are we all doing today? Hope we're doing very well. So I'm just going to be working us through two different segments. Again, it's a pleasure being a part of this training. Today's session will be divided into two segments. One, it's going to be the psychological side of it, and the second of all is the practical side of it. So in today's currency, right, we need to first of all understand the psychology of a successful campaign. By chance, I could just get a thumbs up if you can hear me clearly, so I know if I need to speak more audible or not. And then if everything is good, we can just continue. Great. All right, good. All right, good. So in today's time and age, right, it is one thing for you to be able to run ads. It's another thing for you to be able to understand the psychology behind making certain decisions. It's another thing for you to be able to understand how to do it and do it, in the right way, so that you can get the right paying client and get the right, quality of leads that you need for your business, irrespectively. And that's the first thing that, I always tell people I have conversations with. You need to pretty much understand the psychology of, a successful campaign. So trust is the currency. Leave it or take it. Right. Why is trust the currency? Because whenever you meet somebody for the very first time, the first question that the person asks you is, can I trust this person? Is this person, what this person is saying, is it true? Right. And once you can be able to bridge trust, once you can be able to scale through that particular hurdle, that's your number one conversion factor. Now, once you can be able to gain trust in the small space of time, everything becomes easier. Now, for those of us that are marketing, you would hear a lot of people say, we only have 3 seconds to be able to convince you that we're the right person for you to deal with. And that's the honest truth. You must have heard, what we call things like elevator pitch. Because whenever you're talking to somebody for the very first time, there's necessarily so much the person wants to hear at the spot. But if you can be able to, guide their trust, life becomes easy for you. They give you listening here, they're very more receptive to your conversation, and so on and so forth. Now, to be able to win at that, certain things are very, very clear. One is collaborations with Vantage. Why? Now, you need to be able to do what I call leverage on the existing protocol. Why? You, as individual partners, you might not necessarily have the firing power to be able to convince individuals, and that's really what clear brand identity comes from. Now, because you're working with Vantage already has solved that problem for you. With Vantage, it's just pretty much, it's a global business. It's very easy for you to be trusted. They have partnerships with a lot of bigger businesses and a lot of other stakeholders. It's very easy for them to just Google Vantage and just, learn about it. And for you, it also gives you the credibility as well, because a brand like Vantage would not necessarily just call anybody into their circle, right? So the person that you're talking to would, of course, understand. Now, why I'm talking like this, I'm talking from a point of experience, because as a Forex trader myself, I've been in certain conversations, I've been in certain tables and sphere. You would understand that the circle is very small and information is also very clear, because we're not necessarily the first in the market, neither are we going to be the last. However, people that know Vantage know exactly who we are. So when you go and say, hey, I'm from Vantage, and you're able to position yourself to be able to gain trust, you're off the table. So that's pretty much the first psychology. Second thing is familiarity, and the last one is consistency. Now, once you've been able to cross the trust ladder, right? The next thing we've gone back. Oh, and the last one is social proof, of course. Like I said, because it is Vantage, right? There's a lot of social proof. PR articles on the local base, on the international base, and so on and so forth. So trust is very, very critical. Now, most users, they do not convert on the first exposure. So do not feel bad if, if someone sees your ads and, and whatnot. I would show you what the dashboard looks like on the Google side of things. You will notice that sometimes you might have like 1 million impressions and have like 50K link clicks. Why is that? That's because I might see the ads. And again, as users, as regular persons, there are so many times, I think I was listening to Oma talk, and then she talked about, if she sees a particular, hair that she likes, and the feelings. Of course, we'll talk to, reasons where you can be able to drive trust. But that emotional side of things, right? Because buying and selling is literally emotional, which I totally agree with her on that. You need to understand that is not probably the first time she's seeing that hair. And even if it's the first time she's seeing that hair, it doesn't mean that she'll carry her money and pay immediately. Except if she has disposable cash, of course, different climate for different situation. But 90% of the time is not always the first time. She either saves it to come back later. Now, when you save it to come back later, you need to also understand that there are two things that is called retargeting and remarketing. That is the ability for you to be able to constantly be in the face of your customers. And you're not just saying the same thing, you're saying different things, but you're being consistent. You're showing social proof. You're putting things that will make them more familiar with the brand. And of course, like the team has said, make them what was it called? Build trust by being a thought leader, by being an expert, by being what I call using the emphatic approach, right? Show a lot of empathy. We understand your point of view, we understand your pain point, and we're here with a solution. That is really what makes people move. Now, for you to be able to have a very good, successful campaign, you need to divide it into 3 different segments: awareness, consideration, and conversion. Now, for your awareness ads, you're looking at highlighting the credibility and simplicity of the product. So you need to first of all understand what competitors, what they're using in the market, understand what makes Vantage different, and be able to use that as a leverage for you to move forward. You need to also explain the benefits, show testimonials, of course. Right? And of course, because it is Vantage and it's a global brand, it's very easy for you to get these things out there. Of course, the internal team would also provide you with so much information that you need to be able to, make your work easier and faster. And then thirdly is drive sign-ups, demos, or investment. Investment, I mean, is, them creating an account, funding an account, and, walking them through the process of, running ads. Next slide, please. All right, good. So as you can see here, this is the strategy behind using Google. So there are different platforms, of course, like Omar has spoken about. You have Meta, you have Snapchat. But to be able to get people that have intent, and what does that mean? When I mean have very strong intent is there is a strategy framework that is called the RACE framework, right? Reach, act, convert, and engage. As you come down from R to E, your intent becomes stronger. Going back to the example with the hair, if I'm seeing, as a man, if I see hair for the very first time, I probably do not have intent to buy. But for a woman, when she sees hair, for example, she has intent to buy because she understands it. She's ready to buy. She's been thinking about it in her room before she saw that hair. Because again, what was it called? The philosophy of the red car. If you've driven out today and I ask you how many red car have you seen on the road today, you probably will tell me none, or maybe one, maybe, right? But if I tell you that I'll give you $5 million, if you count the amount of red cars you see on the road and report at the end of the day, you will find many red cars because your mind is, tuned to it. And that is really how, intent works. Once there is intent, it's very easy for you to be able to identify people that are ready to work with you or not work with you. Now, like social media ads, Google meets that particular criteria, right? And what does that mean? It means that 90% of the time, right? Of course, before the advent of AI, 90% of the time, whenever someone wants to buy anything, you're literally going to Google to search for it, right? Someone searching for investments, what's it called? Best investment app in Nigeria is ready to do investment, right? Is already in that decision because again, I'm ready to make an investment. So I'm searching for best investment app so that I can be able to, fulfill that particular need. And this is where you want to show up. Again, and this is just for training purposes. This is where high quality customers and acquisition happens, to be very honest. And of course, you can see how the funnel works. Now you can see the different platforms under Google, right? But today I'll be speaking towards the one for search. which covers consideration and conversion, right? The idea around it is to drive sign up. Of course, you can use display on YouTube. So quickly, I'll just run us through what that looks like. Have you ever gone to your website and then you just see images appearing from left to right across the entire website? Again, thumbs up, thumbs down if you've ever seen one, right? I'm sure, for those of us that are in Nigeria, there's so many, if you go to Bloomberg, for example, right, you see images that are not necessarily about Bloomberg. They could be about the brand. For those of us that, are Formula One lovers, right? There is, Formula One football, there is different screens in the stadium that doesn't necessarily talk about football or doesn't talk about, Formula One. However, there are images of LV, liveries of, what was it called? Moet and Chandon, right? Brand merch kits like the Ferrari one I'm wearing right now, right? And so on and so forth, right? So these are displays, and the same thing happens on digital, right? So whenever you say, oh, this ad, I saw it somewhere, Temu is just following me everywhere. I'm playing in an app and then I see Temu ad come out. I'm on Snapchat and I see Temu's ad. I go to Instagram, I see Temu's ad. I go to a particular website, I see Temu's ad. It's called remarketing, right? And they're using display to chase you up and down. And that's really what it is. And then, of course, you have YouTube as well, right? The ability for you to be able to push your videos beyond just the number of people that search for it, right? Push it to other people's feed is also another one. But then again, those kind of tactics build intent. They do not capitalize on intent. And that's the reason why you can see the objective was brand visibility. But for us today, I'll be talking about what's it called? Search. Search is strongly on intent, and I will show you how you go about it and how you can make it work. Next slide, please. Again, if I'm speaking too fast, you can just bring me back a little bit and I'll be a little bit slow. Now, three things that you need to pretty much understand, which is, crafting ads that convert quickly, is copywriting psychology, emotional anchors, and of course, landing page experience. For landing page experience, you already have that covered with Vantage, right? So you're not necessarily going to disturb yourself. Of course, like Omar spoken about, the load time, clear next steps, human proof elements, brand consistency, all of those psychologies are coming to make sure the landing page experience is phenomenal. However, emotional anchors are very important, like Omar had mentioned, the different strategies that you can put in place to be able to, distract, to be able to catch attention. It's very, very critical for you to be able to understand it, right? Use the right visuals, call to actions that reflect aspiration. So instead of, saying make money fast, like the way people would say, you want to say grow your future, right? There are other strategies you could also use to, incite the fear of missing out, or incites, what is it called? Time lapse, in terms of, this is a time-bound offer and you need to get it done like immediately, if not you lose out on it. But very important, the one that works, that you will be using very much, especially with Google search, is copywriting. You need to pretty much know how to do your research, to be able to understand what people are searching for, and to be able to understand how to write your copies that drives that intent. And of course, I would walk you through what that looks like quickly. You have headlines, you have descriptions, and then you have call to actions and all of that stuff. Next slide, please. Good. So for practicals, I'm just going to be sharing my screen quite immediately. And I'm going to, just give me a second, walk you through what that looks like, share.
So while Ayo is trying to share his screen, guys, we dropped the Google link in the chat box. Like we said, this is something that we do for our clients periodically. So you guys, if you're looking to gain more knowledge about how to utilize Google, digital marketing to get high-paying clients, just click on the form and fill in the details, and we can always reach back out to you with those details. Ayo, please go ahead.
Great, Omar. Thank you so much. So yes, this is what a Google dashboard looks like. Sorry, excuse me. I need to make my screen a little bit better. All right, good. So this is what a Google dashboard looks like. Of course, yours will probably not look like this. It might probably look like this, right? If you've not used any before, this is a brand new Google account. Of course, on this particular Google account, there's so many things you can do. When you register for the very first time, this is literally what you would see, right? Once you sign in your details, you've put in your what's it called? Your card details, you've answered a couple of questions. It's very easy to onboard. And of course, you just go to ads.google.com, ads.google.com. Once you get there, to ask you to sign in. You can sign in with your already existing Gmail account, fill in the necessary information. It's just normal, email address. If you filled Facebook, Facebook onboarding walkthrough back then in the days and the early 2000s, early 2010s, thereabout. They had a very long form that you would fill to send into Facebook. If you could do that, it's very easy for you to do that as well with Google. Or if you've opened a Gmail account before, right? It's very similar. They ask you certain questions, they ask you for passwords, put all of that inside. But once you do everything right, you land here. Literally, this is where you will land. Now, once you see this dashboard, again, dashboard could look different. This is their current version. It might come to you as an older version, and as you use it to tell you to upgrade or change your experience, or sometimes it will come to you as the new experience. The old experience had this menu on the left-hand side at the top here, right? But again, since we're using the new experience, I use the new experience anyway. So this is what it looks like. So you have what on the left-hand side, you have create, you have accounts, you have campaigns, that's where we're currently at. You have goals, you have tools, you have billing, and then you have administration. Now, for account, you have performance, you have budget, you have notification, and then you have sub account settings. Quick one. So this particular account it's what you call an agency account. So it has multiple accounts under it. So for this one, if you notice there is a difference, you do not see accounts in a normal, in normal version, because that is for an agency, right? So this is how it looks like, right? You just have campaigns, goals, tools, billing, and admin. The account section is a different thing entirely. So yeah, this is my personal account, and as you can see, it has my name at the top here. Under campaigns, you have recommendations, you have overview, you have insights, you have campaigns, you have assets, you have audience and keywords, right? And then you have change history. Under goals, you have conversion and you have measurement. That's for tracking. Under tools, you have asset studios, you have planning. This is where you come for your keyword planner. This is where you come for your performance planner and then your reach planner, which of course, I'll just take some time and touch quickly on it. You have app advertising, hub, shared library, should in case, you're working with 3, 4, 5 people using one particular account, you can have access to shared library. Creator partnerships for content guys, content sustainability, data management, troubleshooting, bulk SMS, bulk actions, budgeting and bidding. And then you have business data. And then for tools, that's tools. And then for billings, you have everything that has to do with, making payments. 90% of the time, you will just work around the summary section, right? You would not necessarily do anything, but then this is what billings look like. Now, if you're running, $1 million every month, 200 million every month, and there is something that is called billing transfers. That's what you do. But, since, we're not doing such volumes ever, this is what it will currently look like. You put in your card details under payment methods, and then, it will reflect under here. Now, going back to, and then of course you have admin, making sure that all your account details are correct, you can tweak things around, and Yeah, pretty much just normal regular account, what's it called? Filling just account information. So the ones that concern us, how do you run an ad? So once you come into Google Ads, it gives you into the campaign manager. And as you can see in this particular account, over the course of all time since December 28th, we've run ads that has gotten us 22 million impressions, $9,000 has been spent, 121K in terms of clicks, and then you can see the conversion, 68,000. Of course, this conversion covers a lot of things, like, if you go to goals, you get to see conversions. That is where you set it up. This conversions covers a lot of things. It could cover landing page views, clicks, what's it called? Click on the landing page, customer bots. It could be really anything, as the case may be. You decide on what conversion is. Then you have a graph section, and as you click this, you get to see what the graph looks like as well. And then you get to see how, the graph looks like, which tells different stories. So what does that mean? It means that at this point, when impression was very low, we're being charged very high. At this point, we're being charged very high. At this point, we're being charged very low based on, cost being low, and so on and so forth, right? But then, the graph tells a couple of stories. You can use that to understand, how to, optimize your campaigns and all of that. Of course, the dashboard becomes very much intuitive as you scroll down. You get to see the amount of time ads are active. So this particular ad account is pretty much for two countries, Nigeria and the UK. You get to see how people are, what's it called, reactive to ads. You see on Sunday, people are very reactive to ads at 12 a.m. in the morning. You can see the amount of clicks that are generated at 12 a.m. in the morning, 1 a.m. on Sunday. On Saturday, you can see the amount of, clicks. On Thursday, you can see the amount of clicks. So you can really tell that, across Nigeria, the different geographic locations that we selected over time on this account, Google is telling you that all the ads you've run, the people are very, very active on Sunday between 12 a.m. and 1 a.m. On Thursday between 12 a.m. and 1 a.m. and on Saturday between 12 a.m. and 1 a.m. Then on Wednesday, people are most active by 4 a.m. or 5 a.m. in the morning. People are also active on Saturdays around 1 p.m. and 12 p.m. People on Wednesday are active around 10 to 11 a.m. And so on and so forth. So you can and if you notice that these are like on Thursday, maybe a little bit between what's it called, 3 to 5 p.m. Of course, every other ones are just spiral. So what does it tell you? It means that when do you want to be able to talk to your customers? The time at which they are, what's it called, available to talk to you or receptive to your ads based off of the time of the day and so on and so forth. You get to see people are more receptive on Sundays, as you can see based on this graph. Based off the hour, you can pretty much tell that 12 a.m. is one of the strongest time. 7 to 8 a.m. is another good time. 10 to 11 is another good time. 3 to 4 p.m. is another good time. Those are like the top times that you probably want to, so again, this is insight for, I don't know, since 2018. So this is real data, and this is how you interpret data, and this is how you make good decisions, psychological decisions with data. You can also get to see the amount of mobile actions or mobile phones that, very active. You get to see that mobile phones is the most active. Now, for those of us that use smart TV, you get to see a lot on our TV screens. You can see it's pretty much shows here. For those of us that are using computers, laptops, desktop, as the case may be, you can see it in yellow. But you can see that when it comes to tablets, it doesn't necessarily have so much effect. When it comes to tablets, 2.3%, 1.3%. As regards to 96% or the 4%, that gets, impressions and clicks, right? So this is how you make good views of data. Of course, as you go stronger, as you scroll down, again, this is just a summary dashboard. You get to see the age and gender of the people that we work with. Based off the ads I've run, men are more receptive to it. Based on all the ads I've run, men are more receptive to it. So between the ages of 18 to 24, 25 to 34, they're more receptive to it. And that is what the data shows. It's not lying, it's really going to tell you the truth. Okay, yes, beautiful. When you're running your ads, you get to have different placements where, there's something that's called the display network. There's something that's called YouTube, and there's something that's called Google Search and search partners, right? So right now, search partners would be, Gemini. Sometimes you have the Chat GPT, you have Perplexity all calling from Google Search, so they become search partners. But again, display is just like I've mentioned earlier on, places where you get to see what's it called, images appear for different brands as you scroll through the internet. What else again do we have here? So I ran a cloud, last set of ads I ran were cloud infrastructure for INQ, previously called Vodafone. So you can pretty much see how the ads or the keywords, the searches that people put into Google search that really brought about clicks. People searching for the brand name INQ Digital. You get to see people searching for cloud. So when you search for clouds, because they're a cloud infrastructure company, when people search for clouds, our ads popped up and people clicked on it. When people search for big data software, information technology, our ads popped up and people clicked on it. Now, this is very strong intent because you know that the people that search for cloud are more technically driven. They know how to use Google from a what's it called, from a technological point, from a developer point of view. So when you search for sites, and then you search for whatever it is, what it does is it scrolls through the entire web page and brings you the site that talks about business intelligence software and how it helps you grow business. So those keywords, when it comes to SEO, that what is it called, drags for this, it brings it out, and when this intent, okay, when these intents are shown up, our what's it called, our ads gets to pop up and click. Now, bringing it down to Forex, right? Which of course I would show you what that looks like in a second. Now, the next thing I want to take you through is how do you search for your key words? Just hold on. So we come to tools, then we come to planning, and then we come to keyword planner. I'll do it again. So now, for you to be able to understand how we were able to run these ads profitably, profitably, you click on tools, you come to planning, and then you come to keyword planner. Now we're just going to do a little bit of search on what the financial markets look like. Good. So there are two segments. You have discover new keywords, and then you get search volume and forecast. But for this particular training, we're going to do discover keywords. Now, first thing I can do is I can put Vantage's website into this place here or here, right? And then it brings me, or it brings out, here actually, then it brings out all the keywords that I searched for. But what I want to do is I probably want to type for Forex, financial market. What other keywords would you like us to search for, guys? This is the point where it becomes very practical. Give me keywords. What keywords do you think your audience will be searching for, you would search for as your own typical audience? Guys, I just need some more keywords.
Gold trading or trading gold.
Gold trading. What else?
Forex trading.
Forex trading. What else?
Synthetic indices.
Synthetic indices. Sorry. Stocks. Broker. Okay. Let's do broker, and then let's do brokerage company. Okay. All right. Let's try this one. Let's see what we have. So when you do that, you can see that Google is already telling us to broaden our search. We have trading, which of course was not here. We have trading market, it was not here. We have global market, over-the-counter market, leverage product, largest trading markets, trading platforms, right? You can see, and of course, it gets so much better. You can refine by keyword. You can see if I want, if I don't want branded keywords like NASDAQ, NYSE, Octa FX, you can begin to see that your competitors are beginning to pop out. Octa FX, XNext is a competitor, Pepperstone is a competitor, EverTrade. You can see that, you know, branded keywords are beginning to pop out. So if I don't want to see those branded keywords, I just click here and everything goes, right? You can see manufacturers based off of, you know, the NASDAQ, right? You get to see, you know, companies that are trading on NASDAQ. This is just on that what brands and non-brands, right? If I don't want to see anything about Google, Apple, Facebook, Microsoft, Intel, you know, this is how they are pretty much, you know, positioned on NASDAQ, right? If a retailer, Amazon, Walmart, these are companies that have been traded. Car makes, these are companies that have been traded. So if I say, okay, cool, I don't want to see anything that has to do with, you know, brand or non-brand, it's going to affect what you currently have here. So of course, platform, I want to be able to see when people are searching for MT4. You have 184 keywords with an average monthly search of 1 to 10,000 every month of people. You can see my bottom, you can see brand or non-brand keyword has been removed. So I can bet it with you, if I'm going to export everything that is here, of course, here, it's 1 of 9, right? If I'm going to export everything that is here, you will not see anything branded, right? But you would see things about WebTrader, CTrader, MetaTrader, MT4. You get to see all of these as platform. As indexes, you see a lot as well too here. There are, you know, Dow Jones has 69 keywords in it. Look at the sheer number of volume. This is how you can be able to identify keywords that have very high, what's it called, intent. Now, someone that is searching for Dow Jones, you know pretty much fine that this person is a trader, because not everybody know what Dow Jones is. Not everybody know what was it called, FTSE is. Not everybody knows what Nifty is, or DAX, or ANSAG, or S&P 500, right? Not everybody people know what that is. And of course, you know, there are other things. You know, of course, I probably would not want to see any of this. I just take it off, right? So what I've just done right now is I have made my search query very tailored. I've told the system to, no, I think I want some financial institutions here. No. I don't want, because, okay, I'll just click on NASDAQ, NYSE. I don't want competitor keywords, interactive broker. I want this one. What else? Let's see, which other ones do I want? Do I want brand names? No, I don't. All right, cool. I think that's totally fine in terms of what we can use right now. So now my keywords has been refined. Of course, I can expand, I can reset it to go back to normal. Now let's look at what we have here. So, okay, this is just in Nigeria alone. What countries would you like me to put in here, guys? Let's put Ghana, right? Let's put Ghana. Let's put what? South Africa, Kenya. Kenya, South Africa. What other country, guys, do you want to see? Do you want to check? Come on, guys. Talk to me.
Tanzania.
Tanzania, beautiful.
Swaziland.
Tanzania. Yeah. Here we go. Are we good? Is this all the countries we would like to see? Okay, I'll just take it as it is. So now I've
Please, I have
chosen,
a
as you
question.
can. Yeah, shoot. Please shoot.
Please, in regards to the brand and non-brands, does it mean that the brand's keywords, does it mean that if anybody searches any of the keywords in the brand, your link is going to show up?
You can do it. For example, if I say, okay, I want to steal the competitors, I want to steal the customers of my competitors. So anybody that searches for, let's assume, Octa FX, right? In Africa, right? Octa FX or XNES or Pepperstone or IC Markets or HDFC. I want my ads, I want Vantage ads to show up. I want my business ads to show up. You can create a separate campaign for that and just call it stealing customers from other brands, or, you know, whatever you want to name it, which of course I'll show you what that looks like as well quickly. But then, you know, if you do not want that, you want, you know, just people that are necessarily searching for, you know, very, very interested keywords, like, you know, the platforms. Of course, anybody that's searching for MT4, we're surely looking, it's a newbie, right? For anybody that is searching for Dow Joe, for example, that person understands what Forex is really all about or what trading is really all about. Anybody that's searching for any of this is a newbie, I can bet it with you, right? But anybody that's searching for NASDAQ news and things like that, that person is really using news as a technical analysis to be able to drive what is it called, decision making. Now you can see your average monthly search, right? So what I've done right now is I've told the system to, well, my goodness. See, the beautiful thing about it is data does not lie. I don't know if you guys know, but this is called Forex Factory. Now, Forex Factory does across these 5 countries we've chosen, and from November 2024 to October 2025, there has been 100,000 to 1 million monthly search for the term word Forex Factory. Now, if you're a seasoned trader, you know what Forex Factory is. Forex Factory is it's a website that gives you updates on different news, gives you forecasts, gives you access to follow up on news, gives you indicators in terms of different pointers, either there is FOMC or or whatnot, or consumer index news that's about to come out and spike or change, whatever it is, right? Whatever the news is across different countries, different currency pairs, right? Forex Factory is what seasoned traders use to be able to track news, especially when you're a fundamental trader. All right. So if anybody is searching for Forex Factory, you know that person is seasoned. Simple and short, right? Of course, you have Amazon, right? You have Sasol share price. Okay, this is probably a company. I don't know what Sasol is, but I want to go check it out because the search volume is ridiculous for this particular keyword. Again, this is insights. I've never heard of Sasol, but 100,000 people, 1 million people every month are searching for Sasol. And as you can see, competition is very low. If competition is very low, your cost is going to be very low as well. That's the beautiful side of it. Once your competition is low, your cost will be low, right? You can see Forex trading is very high. You will spend a whole lot more to be able to bid for this whole keyword Forex trading. But you can bid for stocks because it's low. In these countries, you can bid for Forex, which is very medium, right? Of course, the newbie traders are searching for MetaTrader 4, MetaTrader 5, and so on and so forth. See Dow Jones, see Zhao USD, XNET broker, you can see, right? So I need to come back and actually look at why XNET is beautiful. You can see that's the reason why XNET is popping up in my search query, because it's not clicked out. If I'd clicked it here, it would not show here. And that is how refining your keyword works. Now, once you're done with everything, this button here means export, right? It would export everything out for you in what's it called, in an Excel format. But yeah, you get to see a whole lot of understanding into what people are searching for in these countries. In these countries, you get to see what people are searching for, and you can, of course, pick these keywords to now be able to use it to, make your decision making. So that's the psychology behind looking for keywords to understand search behavior, so on and so forth. Of course, there are other tools you could use. You could use Google Trends, you could use Ahref, SimilarWeb, right? But for this particular, training, we're going to make use of keywords, keyword planner, and of course, using that to run your ads. Do we have any other questions, guys? Does this make a lot of sense? Now we have for new campaigns. Now, once you click on new campaigns, you get to see, oh, wow. Interesting. I just saw that you can resume campaign. So what that meant is, I think I'll have to go back. The beautiful thing about it is every single time there is a new update that is rolled out. This is really brand new. So when you click on campaigns, you have resume campaign draft. So if I had started a campaign and I did not click on submit or publish, right? I left it in my draft. I can come here and continue that. It wasn't possible before. If you left it and your cash expired, you have to start all over again. But it's beautiful to see that the product team at Google is beginning to become very intuitive. But we'll be creating a new campaigns, and this is what it looks like. You have sales, you have leads, you have web traffic, you have app promotions, you have awareness and consideration, you have local store visits and promotion, and then you create a campaign without guidance. For people like us, we create campaigns without guidance, right? But for you, you would want to pick one of this because again, 90% of your ads is going to either be sales, leads, web traffic, app promotions, awareness and consideration, or Google My Business. Now, for this campaign, let's make use of web traffic, right? So I click on web traffic and then it breaks it down. So you remember earlier on, I spoke about conversion goals. Yeah, I spoke about conversion goals. So as you can see, on this particular account, over the course of, I don't know, number of years that this account has been active, you can see a couple of conversions have been set in stone here. So you have submit lead forms, you have phone call leads, you have page views, and then you have contacts, right? So contact at some point were collected, page views were tracked on the website, people were calling from the ads, there is a way where you can set up your ads as, extensions. I'll show you quickly where you can attach your phone number. So once the ad pops up, you get to see your phone number. People can call you straight up and of course submit leads. So I'm just going to click on, let's say, phone number, for example. Let's see, ad call. Okay, all right, let's continue. I think I'll bring it back. All right, good. So this is where you have select campaign type. Now, this is where most people are looking for, if I want to use search, where will I select it? Right, so demand generation. So this is for lead generation here. For you, those of you that want to generate people to fill certain forms, this is what it looks like. This is performance marks, to drive website traffic by reaching the right people wherever they are browsing with Google Ads search. This is performance marks, meaning that it's going to take the entire platform access ads under Google and just serve your ads to different places, right? This is for YouTube only, right? This is for display only. This is for e-commerce and shopping, and this is for search only. Or for the purpose of this training, we'll do search only. So if we want to run, what is it called? Lead generation, you want to go for demand generation. If you want to go for performance marks, use all the platform, just give me the best results, which I don't necessarily agree, right? I like to do things. If I want to do a search campaign, let me do a search campaign. If I want to do a display campaign, let me do a display campaign. If I want to do a shopping campaign, I want to do a shopping campaign. So you need to be very, very, because again, you need to understand that Google is maximizing profit for itself as a business. So it will serve your ad to as many people as possible to quickly blow your budget out and serve as much as possible with the hope that, or with the algorithm, what is it called, prowess of finding the right customers for you. But for me, I just like to just know that whatever platform I want to use, I just want to use that platform solely because, I have to report to my bosses or my clients at the top. So we click on search. It tells us to use a website. Please, can I have the website spelled out for me, please? The Vantage website, for example. Shoot. I hope I'm not moving too fast, guys. Please, can I have the Vantage website?
So that's 1 sec. As the one with the different slash. Please check the comment section.
Comment section. Where is that chat? Yes, just a moment. Okay, all right. Same.
It has /en-ZA.
Yes, right. Okay, so this is what we look like. So click on continue. I think I want to close this. Yeah. So now this is where we put our campaign. Remember, I said I think someone asked and said, oh, if I want to target, my competitors, this is where you name your campaign. So this does not affect anything. So you can name it anything. You can literally just type anything. and nothing will happen. If I click on continue, this is just going to name the campaign. But for this, we'll call it Vantage, Vantage lectures. Yep, and then we'll click on continue. So as you can see, it's telling me, do I want to go back to create a new campaign or finish save draft? So there is this website, Search Traffic, I started a while back that it has noticed. So it's telling me, do you still want to, this is a search campaign that you started. This is a search campaign that you left behind. Do you want to continue with this or you want to start a new one? So if I click on this one, it will take me back to this campaign, which doesn't what we're doing. So I just click on start a new one. I'm just explaining what I'm seeing on my screen. So this is a guided access to, what is it called? Making sure that you understand what you're doing, right? It's a guided access. And at the end, we click on review and then we submit. So the first part is bidding. What does bidding means? The system works, just a moment, please. Just a moment. Great. All right. So the system works in a way where it bids for, what's it called? It bids for your position to appear on Google search results page, right? So right now I'm setting in that I want to bid for conversions only. That means track conversions for me. Don't track clicks, don't track impressions, just track conversions for me. That's what I'm really important. Now I can set a target cost, meaning that I don't want to spend more than $10 per conversion. I don't want to spend $0.1 per conversion. Now, it will make sure that your cost per conversion is circled around this particular number. So whatever number you put here, you have to be very careful, right? Customer acquisition, bid for new customers only. So for example, if I click on this, it totally means that any customer that has seen my ads before, right? And probably did not take an action, it won't show it to them again. But because we know how things go, like I said earlier in the psychology conversation, that sometimes people will see your ads and not necessarily take action. So they need to see 2, 3, 4 times, and it's called frequency. They need to have a high number of frequency of 5 to 7 to be able to make an action based off of data. But then again, I don't like setting my target cost because I want the system to be able to tell me what it actually costs for it to run smoothly, right? So I just click on next. So the only thing I just did was what? I just clicked on, I just want to track conversions, click on next. Now, because it is a search campaign, it's, it's either going to charge, track traffic or conversions. Now for networks, I do not want it to show on any search partner. I tick it off. I also do not want it to show on display network. I just want it to show up on Google search engine results page, SERP. So I'll tick that off. Now, if I click on this, it serves it to the entire globe, right? So for example, I just want to just speak to people in Nigeria alone. But if you want to change your location, you just click on enter location. And we can do all of that we did earlier on. We can put Kenya, select Kenya, include. You can put Ghana, for example, include, let's say I don't want to talk to anybody in Nigeria, right? Ever. This campaign should never show to Nigeria. I'm just going to click what? Exclude, right? And then you can see, excluded location Nigeria. So this particular campaign would show to Ghana and Kenya, but will never show to Nigeria. And that's really how it works. Language, I just want to speak to English people only. EU tropical, yes, this campaign has EU political ads. Nope. No, this campaign does not have EU political ads. Yes. So this campaign doesn't have EU political ads. We click on that. And then audience segments. Now we select audience. Now, as you can see, as we're going down this particular barrel, you can see that we've moved from bidding. We're now under campaign settings, and now we're now under audience. So there are two ways you can track. There's two ways you can set your targeting, right? You either set your targeting using keywords or using audience. I like to do a mix of both, right? So I just come to here and search for Forex, for example, is there an audience for Forex? Okay, so there is financial services, there's mortgage financing, financial industry. Okay, so let's do no, I don't want to say, I don't want to, let's say brokerage. Okay, so what Google is currently doing right now is in markets are Google's way of putting together like different attributes together, right? So what's the closest to what we do at Vantage? Probably investment services, right? Or what category of people do we want to talk to? Investment services, people that are doing financial planning. Yes, I want to show my ads to them. People that are looking for financial services. Yes. Accounting software, mortgage refinance, credit and lending, banks, online, banking and finance. Maybe. So you can pretty much search for different. So, okay, I want to talk to people in the real estate industry as well too. Maybe I want to, right? So you can pretty much search for different, this is where you need to get creative. You need to, this is where what we call behavioral analysis comes into play. What does this mean? It means that you need to understand, in short, I could even say dog lovers, right? Because maybe there is a data that says that people that have or people that are trading have pets in their house. So if they have pets, it means that they are searching for things that have to do with dogs and cats, right? So I can use that to be able to reduce my competition. Because again, it's the same person that I'm reaching out to, but I'm just reaching out to you from a different industry, right? For example, you're a woman or you want to target women in Forex, of course, they like cosmetics. They like, what was it called? Shoes and bags, right? From the top of my head anyways. I'm not trying to be stereotypic, please pardon me. This is just for training purposes only. Thank you very much. You could just target based off of that and see if it works. Because again, if I'm a guy and I love Formula One and Forex is totally different. But if you're targeting me based off my love for Ferrari or Mercedes, right? And then I'm seeing a Vantage ad and I am a Forex person, you will get to me. Do you understand? So sometimes if you don't go direct, go through the corners. That's pretty much what I'm just trying to say. And this is where you do it with your targeting. Of course, targeting sets it for this campaign. So if I only just want to talk to these people only, right? I'll click on targeting. But if I just want to use this particular, segment of people or in-market audience of people to be able to drive what I'm trying to say, I just click in the observation. Okay, you know what? Show it to these people first, then people that you believe that would be receptive to it based off of, one or two, attributes, show it to them as well. That's really what it's saying. And then, you can click on next. Let's see what those more settings say. Of course, this one doesn't necessarily concern you as much. Add rotation. So remember, I also showed you that based on that data, there were certain times and dates, right? You can pretty much you can select the amount of let's assume on Sundays only. I want this ad to show on Sundays only, between 12 a.m. and 1 a.m. That's how you do it. So trust me, this ad will only show on Sundays, 12 a.m. to 1 a.m. because I've just set it on that my ad schedule. So those other days that I mentioned earlier on that the days and time people are most active. If you want to be very conservative with your budget, and that's the only time you want to show your ads, it's very possible, right? So this is how you can be able to use data to be able to drive how you make successful campaign decisions when booking your ads. Of course, you have more settings, campaign URL options, you can build URL. So for us at Vantage, we might want to be able to track, maybe this person is coming from search. It's coming from, let's assume, what is it called? Mike, right? We can build campaign URL options for that here. And then of course, start and date time, we can also set it up here. So I'm just going to click on next, based on everything. So all AI marks for search. Again, I don't like using AI. That's my own personal reasons why. I like to control my ads, so I always leave it toggled off. So I just click on next. Right. So keywords, beautiful. So just because I put the, what is it called? Go help creating your hand, right? Just because I kept the brand here, because the SEO is done right, I can see a whole lot. This is the meta description on this particular page. Google has already done that for me already, has picked it up already. But let's assume I have something better than what was written here. You know, what makes your product or service unique? I put it in here, right? And then I click on, generate. So what is this meant to do? It's meant to help what creates keywords for me, right? Of course, you can see Google is becoming more and more sophisticated, right? They are already beginning to tell me to trust with their AI, their ads advisor. So for example, let's assume I don't really understand. I want it to, refine this for me. I can just tell it to refine it for me, and then it keep on giving me ads. But what it has done for me right now is, you remember I told you that in the beginning, I can either put the link in the system and it give me keywords, or I look for my own keywords myself. So just assume we had downloaded that data, right? This is where we'll come and put it in here. As you can see, based off of the SEO that is done on this particular link, en.za, these are keywords that it ranks for. Online trading, trader, broker, brokerage, website trading, Forex online. These are keywords that it ranks for. Not directly, but, observationally. This is what it looks like. So it has picked up a couple of keywords across the entire website, across the entire domain as well, too. And brought it to, if we are good with this, if we like these keywords, meaning that anybody that searches for online trading to pop up, anybody searches for trading broker, it to come up, anybody searching for online trading broker, it to come up, right? That is really what we've done here. Based off of that audience, remember that there is an audience we selected in the beginning. So what I do is, when I'm targeting with in-market audiences, I don't do keywords. If I'm targeting with keywords, I don't do in-market audiences, because like I said, I like to control my ads. I need to be able to test one feature at a time so that I know what works, and it's easy for me to say, oh, this ad worked best because this is in-market. This ad worked best because this is broad targeting keywords. This ad, ran well because this is exact keywords campaign. These are different terminologies as you go deep down into, running your ads. And set up your ads. And as you can see, this is the /lecture. Let's assume we are running an ad for lecture. This is what it will look like. Just a moment. This is updating. You can see /lecture is already here. So that's because I just put lecture here. It pops out here. The domain name is the domain name. So this is where you put your referral, what was it called? Your affiliates, no, not referral, your affiliate links. This is where you put it under the final URL. That's where you put it. And then you can customize the links basically so that it will look like the original one. So just like the way I've just put vantage.com/, it will have other affiliate strings peculiar to you, but you can mask it by just putting any form of word here. So it looks like it says, what is it called? Vantage that is running the ads. As you can see, this is called add a phone number. Do you understand? So I can add a phone number here. If I want lead forms, I can add lead forms here, basically. So if I want to put calls, for example, I just click on calls and it tells me to add phone number. Here are phone numbers of businesses that campaigns we've used in the past. If I'm to select, let's assume this one, right? It's just going to appear at the bottom. Can you see? This is how it will show. Just because I said, okay, I want to add calls to it. Yes.
Please, I once did a campaign using Meta, and then because I provided my WhatsApp number on it, I was receiving a lot of messages. And then due to that, they banned my account, saying that I was receiving a lot of messages and it's generating traffic to my account. Due to that, I lost my WhatsApp account.
Okay, so I do not necessarily know the climate at which that worked or that happened, right? But that's really the first time. Again, this is Google, no Meta, but just to digress a little bit. I don't think that should happen. Should in case that happens, maybe you were running in an industry that is very sensitive, or maybe somebody reported.
I have a question.
Yes,
Were you, this was the person that asked the question earlier, were you sending links, and did you send a lot of messages, like plenty, within a short period of time? If
yeah.
that if that is what you did, right, and that's the reason why they blocked you. So it happens, right? So there's a strategy for that. But like Ayo said, this is a Google class. We have a meta class that will be upcoming soon. And if you don't want to miss it, just ensure you register with the link that we put in the comment section. So in the chat box, right? So that you're always informed for every class that we have. All right. So this is just for Google. So ask your Google questions. Ayo. Thank you.
Okay,
Yes.
thank you very much. Okay, so we are almost done here. So here you can change. So just like the way you see here, trade CFDs Vantage. This is where you change it. For example, if I say, let's assume no Vantage, no space Vantage, no trade CFDs, it will appear here. Let's give it a moment. It's going to change. It's going to appear here. As you can see, it's loading. See, no trade CFDs, no Vantage. So that is how you can be able to tweak things in this section. So if you have like more ideas, for example, certain keywords that, that's number one brokerage, right? You want to say, what's it called? I don't know, whatever ideas or thought processes you have that you want to test as headlines, it's going to come out here. Now, the reason why this has not changed, it might not change, is probably because I can come here and say this number one brokerage, I want it to be the first thing it shows, right? So I can say show only in number one position. So if I click on this, it will surely appear here because it's going to take that number one position. Just give it a moment. Let's load. As you can see, it's loading number one brokerage. Can you see? So that is how you mix things around and make it work for you. Now you get to the description side of it as well. The system has already put like descriptions for you. So that is what is showing at the bottom here. This Vantage Trading Machine Vintage Award winning. So this is where you put it under the description section. This is what you're reading here. This is what you're reading here. So if I want it to be this one, I just click on this and tell it to, I want it to be this one. This is the actual one I want to be in number one. So the reason why it's telling you to give different options is as the ads begins to run, it would be showing it in proportion. Do you understand? Today it might show what's it called? No trade CVDs. Tomorrow it might show another headline. Now, if an headline is getting more clicks, it will show that headline more. And that's how you can be able to test different headlines and descriptions. Same thing with descriptions as well, to be able to show you descriptions. If you have images, you can input images. If you have a business name, you can input this, but I don't necessarily do that. If you want logo, so because this is a search campaign, this is how it will show. And because I am not serving this ad on Google's partner networks, right? I don't need images, for example. So this is how I want it to look like. Do you understand, right? So if it was an install app campaign, that's what it would look like, right? Yeah, so that's pretty much it. What else again? What else again? What else is here? Oh, site links, yes. Call out, yes. Okay, let me talk about these two things a little bit. So now you might not use site links, but if there was, let's assume we wanted to call out homepage, wanted to call out about us, wanted to call out maybe the Nigerian office for those of us in Nigeria, or the Kenyan office website, landing page. This is where you input everything here. Then if you want call out, for example, you want to just call out certain things. We are the best in the market. We are this, we're that, right? This is where you put it. So it's just going to be a drop down, just like the way you saw for that call option. It's going to be a drop down as well too. And then when you're done, just click on next. When you click on next, it's going to bring it down to your budget, right? Confirm it, please confirm it's really you after confirmation. Okay, so I'm not going to continue that. I can do that later. So it's going to tell you to, what's it called? Select the budget. So based off of the way I've set up my ads, the system is saying I need to spend $100 every day. This is where you also need to be very careful as well. You need to be able to tell it, nope, I want to just spend $10 every day. So it's going to do a calculation. It says, okay, based on how good you are over the course of the years, based on all the ads you've run in the past, we believe that if you take that initiatives and if you take that knowledge and you apply to this campaign, you should be able to get 24 weekly conversions with a 2.93 conversion cost per conversion and a weekly cost of spending $70 for 70 days, right? Again, this is not set in stone. You might run this ad and might not even get a single conversion. And you can run this ad and get like ×7, depending on, how good the ad is and how good your targeting is and how good, your psychology behind running the ads is, all of that stuff. So yeah, that's how this works. Sometimes as you're running the ad, to tell you, oh, we want you to spend this recommended. We're not spending recommended. I don't have money to blow. I just want $10, you understand? So that's pretty much how the system works. And then I think once you click on campaign total budget, okay. If you do not want to run daily budget, you can just run campaign total, right? So just tell it, I just have $100 across 1 month, spend it. That's what this does here. And then just click on next. And then it's going to tell me to review everything that I've done. It's going to tell me to review everything to make sure I dot my I's and cross my T's. The system at the moment is checking for something. Is there something you've done that does not make any sense? We want you to go and look back on. That is exactly what is happening here. Checking for what? For errors. So once it's done checking for errors, if there is any error, you get to see it appear here as a red triangle. If there are no errors, it's just going to come out and be very plain, and then it would allow us click on submit somewhere here or somewhere at the bottom here. So yeah, and that's pretty much how you set up your Google campaigns to be able to make it work for you. So quickly, what I've done right now is I've showed you how to, first of all, put your card into the system, showed you how to search for keywords and how to refine your keywords, and then how to set up a very strong intent campaign. As you can see, it's telling me to confirm it's me because Google is trying to make sure that in case somebody stole this account, right? Somebody stole this account and wants to just use the money in my account because I have my card attached to it. It's telling me to confirm my identity. Again, it would allow me, show some sensitive information, which of course I will not do on this call. So I'm just going to click cancel. But as you can see, everything is fine. Everything is fine. So yeah, make a payment towards your overdue account balance. Yes, because I have some overdue account balance here from last year. So yeah, and that's pretty much it. And that covers my own section of this call. Thank you very much, guys.
Thank you so much, Ayo. Did everybody learn something? If you did, please leave a thumbs up. Let Ayo feel your appreciation. A big thumbs up for Ayo, please. Nice, 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 nice. So Chiamaka will be coming back on call. And she'll be tackling the tail end of the partner webinar. So what we've talked about so far is we've been able to see how to at least set up a campaign not to worry in case you missed it or you didn't join on time. There's no issue. We can definitely share the recording with you before the end of this meeting, right? Or you can always watch it on our YouTube channels. We have YouTube channels. We have it on Instagram as well. You can watch it and learn how you can set up your first campaign while on Google. Again, we're talking about how to get high paying clients on Google. All right. If you can see my screen, please share a thumbs up. You can see my screen. Thumbs up would do good.
I hope you've all been impacted because I think I've gotten a lot of information, things that I didn't even know about before. And this is not even all. This is just, I think, a tip. Yes, that's a tip of all you have to learn from this. So don't forget to please click on the link that we have dropped if you want to join the class and get to know more about how to follow up. I know people had questions that they wanted to ask about, and some people will still have some questions to talk about. So, but just please hold on, we'll be done in a bit. So after everything that we've talked about, at the end of the day, you still need a broker that can be able to help you out with what you need. So now we're talking about why Vantage. Why do you have to pick Vantage to amongst all the available brokers for you to get started with that? So now I'll be talking about the Vantage advantage. I hope you guys like that saying, the Vantage advantage. We're talking about lifetime competitive commissions. If you people can remember when I was talking about how to choose the right program, you get to see that some of the things I was talking about before is in relates to this now. Remember, I had said if you talk about being having a broker that is regulated, I'll talk about Vantage and the various regulations that we have. And then what are the commissions that they pay? You remember I did mention that before. But now with Vantage, you're able to have access to a lifetime competitive commission structure in the sense that you can earn as more. Your rebates are not limited. It's based off of what you have from the people. So it's very competitive based off of what you're going to have from other people offer to you. You would see that you're not going to have something close to what Vantage Market is offering to you. And then our fast, reliable, and flexible payouts. Remember, I said, what are the payment structures like? Are they flexible? I've had to deal with people in the past who have talked about if I have 5 people, I can't withdraw, or if one person is giving me most of my payouts, I cannot withdraw my money. That's crap. That it has no business, because as a partner, you invested in getting these people on board. So that should not affect you at all. And then some people will tell you that after the first of the month, you're done with that. So with Vantage Market, it's fast, it's reliable. You can always get your money anytime you want it. So again, you have wide access to our marketing tools and creatives. If you say you want to have an event and you want Vantage to collaborate with you, you can always get that with us. And then our programs are flexible, and then we can always suit what you want to. We not flexible, and we tailor them to what suits you best and your business. Our regulatory credentials, I'm going to show that very soon to you. And then Vantage has an established presence globally, not just in Africa. We are in Thailand, our head office is in Sydney, and you can always onboard your people in other countries. So now this is just like a picture of what Vantage what Vantage Market has. We serve clients all over the world. We've been established in 2009. Our headquarters is in Sydney. We have over 30 million plus clients. We have our presence in 172 countries, and we have 30 plus offices globally. And what else? We have an employer base of 2,000 plus. So you know that we are people who are currently evolving and expanding. And I'm sure you saw when Kunle was wearing the Ferrari shirt. This is part of our sponsorship with Vantage Markets. We have a sponsorship with Ferrari. For those who are very conversant with Formula One, you get to see that as well. We are part of their sponsors. And now the most important part: how to get started. We've talked about as a partner how you need to get started and all, how you need to onboard your clients. But now, how to get started with Vantage Markets. You've been able to learn the tools that you need as a partner to get these clients. You need a reliable broker and you need Vantage Markets. So with that, the first thing to do is to register. I'm going to share the registration link. Oma, please, can you help me in dropping the registration link on the chat box? Or I can also drop that while we're on this conversation. You need to register and you need to complete your onboarding, get approved. What do you need to get approved? Your credentials or your valid means of identification, proof of address and proof of ID to get started, and then your account gets verified for you to start referring people. We set it up as an IB, get you a link for you, and you can use that link to start referring people. So I know you people have been able to give us 2 hours of your time, and we do not take that for granted. We actually appreciate that. So thank you for this. But then again, I know people have questions. So I'm going to open a chat for us in the next 10 minutes to be able to entertain questions from people. So what questions do you have for me? Do you have questions as regarding partnership? Do you have questions in terms of marketing? Or do you have questions as regarding what Ayokole has been able to tell us about? But for that one, I'm not going to answer so much question. He has even given us a lot of information already. So I'm not going to entertain any questions regarding Google. For that, click on the link in the chat box if you want to know more about that. But now, can we get questions?
I have a question.
So that we can be able to wrap up quickly.
Yes, I have a question.
I don't get questions from people like I usually do. I will pick people randomly. David, you're unmuted. Please, can you ask a question? Oh, I thought you wanted to ask a question, David. Please, can you ask a question?
Okay. Mine has to come with questions, concerns, and then some suggestions.
Your questions concerns what?
I'm saying that it has to do with questions, suggestions, and then some concerns.
Oh, concerns. Okay, I'm listening.
Yeah, currently, introducing broker has been a very difficult thing. Okay, due to the surge rising proprietary firms. Okay, due to this, introducing broker is a very, very difficult thing because every trader out there would want to buy a prop firm account, and then we'll be able to scale up faster than trading normally on the brokerage account. So due to this, introducing broker is very, very a difficult thing. So with this, okay, I suggest that you will incorporate some kind of competitions like monthly trading competitions and stuff, so that you'll be able to retain people from getting or going to prop firms. So you could have a program like a monthly trading competition where the winners will be given some amount of virtual money.
Okay.
With a virtual money.
David. Okay, David, I'm sorry to cut you short. But I'm sure you know from someone like you who is conversant with prop firm, if you know very well, you would know that prop firm, for people who have been involved in it, it's not been profitable for them. How many of them have remained consistent? But if it's as regards what Vantage Market offers, and asking about competitive competitions to put for people, we have various one of them, but I'm sure you don't have an account with Vantage Markets yet, do you?
Yeah, I do. I have seen the competitions you have. It is not like that of it's not that kind of flexible competitions that everybody can just jump on. Okay, this is a market. You are competing now. Currently, brokers, you are competing with this broker, these prop firms. So you just have to come so low, so that you can be able to compete. If somebody will have to deposit $500 before the person can engage in your competition out there, how many prop firms accounts are 500? Probably somebody with a $200 account. Somebody with a 200. Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead. I thought you were done talking.
No,
Go
I'm
ahead.
not done. If somebody is having $200 account, the person can quickly buy any profit 50K account and trade. Of which myself, I that's what I do, and then I've made several withdrawals. But then
Mm.
with yours, some of them you have to deposit an amount of money before you can engage in the competitions, which is not
Okay. So
so
David, right?
yeah.
What we do here is we have a different business from prop firms. That's one, and like the tag of this program is how to get high paying clients as um IB. Now, in the beginning of what I spoke, when I was speaking, I talked about the fact that you have to look for sophisticated traders, high value traders, right? Most people that go for prop firms are very good as well, depending on your own goal, right? But not all people go for prop firms. We still have a lot of retail traders. So we're talking about two different business models. If you
Please,
are
I would like to ask a question before you continue.
yes, yes, you can go ahead.
I am in to use Vantage, but then we have to be realistic on the grounds. We are on the grounds. We are traders, having communities. Okay, the challenge is that if you are using SNES, okay, today, how do I convince you? Why will you stop using SNES to come and use Vantage? These sophisticated traders out there are all glued to their traders and they like it. They like the brokers and they are using it. So what competitive advantage do you
Do we
have
have
over this established or sophisticated traders who are already committed to their brokers?
Sure. Let me show you some of the competitive advantages that we have. Now, when you talk about Xness, right, what do you tell somebody else on another platform? Why should they come to use our platform? One of the things I always say is Xness is a very good platform on its own, right? But we do we have different USPs means unique selling points. One, for example, on your client portal right now, even on Telegram, if you're on Telegram, let's say you are very active on Telegram, you can trade directly from your Telegram account to Vantage. I'm sure you don't know that, right? So
I
we
don't know
have
about that.
exactly. So we have integrations, high-tech integrations that makes life easy for individual traders. Vantage was built for traders by traders. Now on your client portal, like I just went here just now for my client portal, right? I can access a trading view account without needing to subscribe. Now most people like trading with trading view because they have like very high-tech indicators, the view is different, the projections are different, right? We were able to understand that and incorporate it. And you can do that and switch from all your different accounts without needing to switch, like manually impute, like MT4. I have to log it each account individually. You don't need to do that. You can just switch and toggle from here. Another thing that is here as well that most traders like, especially people that edge or scalpers. Now, like I said earlier, it depends on the message or the people you are speaking to. So if you can't just say you want to talk to everybody, you want everybody to be your clients. No, you have to connote your message to a specific audience. So if your specific audience, for example, are people that hedge or people that like to call it scalp, for example, there's a functionality on this place that allows you to close trades. So for example, you want to close your trades and you want to close only the buy trades, right? There's something they call the close buy. The close buy means you can pick, for example, you have a lot of trades on NZD-CHF, you have a lot of buys, but you want to leave the sales. You remember on MT5, you can bulk close. That means you can close all your trades at once. But here you can customize and say, okay, I want to close only the buys, or I want to close only the sales. Therefore, scalpers, one thing that helps them here, for example, is the reverse. The reverse is, let's say, for example, you want a sell trade on 0.01 and you want to open a buy trade on 0.01, right? You can automatically, when you are closing, when you click on reverse buy, when you're closing the sell trade, it automatically opens the buy trade on the opposite end with the same lot size. Now, this is one of the perks. We also have the unlimited leverage as well on our platform. That is up to 1 to 2 billion. Do you understand? Depending on your account type. We have a lot. I won't mention tight spreads. The reason I don't go for tight spreads because everybody talks about tight spreads. So everybody's spread is tight. But when it comes to functionality and ease of use, how traders can maximize their own, what do I call it? Their own trading capabilities and profitability. Vantage has that up to par. We don't drop your leverage during news hours. That's one of the things I know that we have as differentiators. Do you understand? And when it comes to the general outlook of the platform, it's better. Do you understand? So I think first of all, you need to look at it from the lens of who are you speaking to? Who are these clients that you want to onboard? From what you're saying, you've been looking towards the prop firm area. I think you need to change the trajectory and focus more on the kind of clients rather than the kind of trades that are going on. What do I mean by that? Like I mentioned, you can say, okay, I want to focus or call to or speak to people that scalp. Most people that do prop firm accounts are not swing traders, right? Most of them are day traders, people that like edging, right? And I see a lot of a very good trend nowadays where people actually move their accounts. And when they get money from prop firms, right, they now fund their normal accounts. Do you understand? So that they can be able to trade and get more. So I think we need to work on how you can frame your message and speak to the right audience. Now, you don't have a problem with this when it comes to Vantage because we actually help our clients with this. And that is why we're even organizing this particular program where we can teach you how to run your own ads yourself. So, for example, you come to me and you're like, "Oh, I don't want to run my ads myself. It looks too difficult." Or is like they said a lot of things. I want you guys to please help me on this end. We evaluate our partnership and we do that for you. These are more things are the reason why we are different from every other firm out there, right? So again, to answer your question like directly, it's just two different business models. We're not a prop firm. We used to have a prop firm. It was called like the Elite Traders, right? But we just scrapped that out because it didn't fit in the value of what we're trying to sell to traders ultimately. And about our live trading contest, our live trading contest is very, very different. Different in the sense that we pay you based on profit percentage. Profit percentage. It means that the more money you make, the more you rank on our website. We also pay you on profit amount. So for example, if you choose the profit percentage, whatever amount you use to start, your profit percentage determines whether you're going to be on the leaderboard or not, irrespective of the amount. Because ultimately, usually what people do is the more money you fund, the more you'll be able to place trades. But with the profit percentage, you can be trading with a $500 account, while somebody is trading with like a $50,000 account. Automatically, because of the deposit difference, you have been cropped out. Do you understand? But with the profit percentage, irrespective of the amount of money you're using to trade, it's on the percentage increase. All right. So again, I'm just trying to round up very quickly because we're taking a lot of time. We can definitely have a one-on-one session where we talk and evaluate how we can help you perform better as an IB. All right. So do you have more questions? Anybody else more questions while we wrap up? We just have like 5 minutes more to go.
Thank you for your time, everyone. It was nice having you all around. Quickly, I have dropped the link in the chat box for those who would want to register. Okay, Samuel, I can see that your hands, you raised your hand. Please, can you go ahead and ask whatever question you want to ask so that we can attend to you?
Okay. So, can you hear me?
Samuel,
Yeah, can you hear me? Can you hear me?
can you hear me?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Okay, yes, I can hear you now. Please go ahead.
I was going to ask, I'm new to this system, so I wanted to ask based on the link you sent. I was trying to register, and then I got a point where I was asked to put an IB number. Please, what does that mean?
Can put 0.
Okay, just put 0 there.
Okay.
Yes. Thank you very much. So does anyone have any other question? Okay, it was nice having you all around. Please, there are 2 links in the chat box. One to get started on Vantage Market, and then the other to register and join in with us for more insight about the Google class. So please copy the link and do the needful, and then we'll see you in the next class. Thank you all for your time, and it was nice having you around.